Hello everybody and welcome to another video of this my birthday week marathon. This week I'm going to be doing a series of videos back from the early 90s when my taste in heavy metal music was sort of formed. You know, the songs that sort of brought me in to the heavy metal fold, as it were, you know, the bands that shaped my taste in heavy metal music. You know, when I was about 11 years old, just as I was starting secondary school or high school, depending what you want to call it, you know, every morning my older brother would put in a video cassette and just play heavy metal music videos from a TV show called Headbangers Ball that he used to record every Sunday. And, you know, for the next week, you know, we'd be watching all the music videos from that show. And, you know, it would change week to week as, you know, he recorded different versions of the show. So, like, when I was like 11, you know, that's when my taste in heavy metal music really sort of exploded, as it were. Because obviously before then I heard bands like, you know, Black Sabbath and, you know, countless other sort of similar sort of things. But it was really around 1991, when I was 11 years old, that my taste in heavy metal music really sort of blossomed. And that's when I sort of discovered all the different types of heavy metal music, and, you know, it formed my taste. Obviously, I mean, I've covered Megadeth, and I've mentioned it quite a few times on the channel. Megadeth were like my gateway band. You know, they were the band that got me into heavy metal. You know, everybody's got that one band that really sort of drew them into it. You know, whether it's Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer, you know, that sort of thing. Everybody's got that one band that's sort of inspired them to go, oh, do you know what, this is really good music, and sort of pulled them in. You know, we've covered what you might call goth metal with Paradise Lost, and we looked at my first experience with death metal, which was Hypocrisy, and we also looked at Tankard, which was a rather silly sort of comedy band, which I consider to be the precursor to bands like Ailstorm and things like that. Now, today we're going to be looking at Morbid Angel, which is, I believe, like one of the quintessential sort of death metal bands. You know, they've been going for a very, very long time. Their music has always, well, I say always, for the majority of their albums, their music has been pretty good. They've had a couple of ups and downs, shall we say. But today we're going to look at a track called God of Emptiness, which I'm pretty sure was the first Morbid Angel track I ever heard. I could be mistaken. But, you know, it's one of those songs. You talk to people and say, name a Morbid Angel song. You know, they're going to say something like Where the Slime Live, Dominate, God of Emptiness, you know, that sort of thing. You know, this is one of those songs that, you know, people immediately go to when they think of Morbid Angel. So we're going to look at this video. Like I said before, these are all videos from like the early 90s. Like I said, 1991 to 1993. I don't think we go past 1993 in this week. So, you know, the video quality itself is going to be quite bad. You know, it's quite low, you know, about 480 resolution, I think, at best. But it's the music that we're here for. So let's jump into the track. An absolute classic, an absolute banger. God of Emptiness by Morbid Angel.
And you feel the soft
There we go. God of Emptiness by Morbid Angel. An absolutely classic track, and I think this might have been one of the first times I heard a piece of metal music with multiple vocal styles from like the one singer. You know, there have been other metal tracks where they've like maybe had two singers doing two different vocal styles, but I think this might have been the first time I experienced multiple vocal styles from a single source, and it just sounds so brilliant. You know, it's an absolute classic piece of music, and you know that end bit where it sort of really slows down and you've got that really sort of deep voice, just beautiful. So the track being called God of Emptiness is talking about like how God is a liar, making empty promises, you know, and basically how God is bullshit, basically. So it goes, lies, and you fill their soul with all oppressions of this world, and all the glory you receive. So what makes you supreme? Rise, and your crown is falling. I offer fantasy, and you, creator, are blind with envy. So, the very first line, he's turning to God, as it were, and calling him a liar. You know, lies, and you fill their souls, you know, with all the oppressions of this world. So it's like, all you say is lies, and all you're doing is filling them with false hope, and, you know, basically oppressing these people, saying you must follow these laws, these rules, otherwise you will never get into heaven, as it were. And he says, you know, you receive all this glory, but what makes you so supreme? What makes you so much better than everybody else? You're nothing but a liar, offering your false promises and your lies to these people so that they will do your bidding. And he says, I offer fantasy, and you, creator, are blind with envy. So it's like, I offer these people like hopes and dreams. You know, I offer things that are attainable, you know, and, you know, things they can actually touch and feel, whereas you're just saying, you know, if you do this, then you'll get this. Whereas I'm saying, look, you can dream, you can hope, you can look forward to things, and, you know, you're just jealous of me because, you know, I'm giving them something that they want, and you're making them false promises and not giving them anything, you know. And then it goes into the chorus, which is where the first sort of vocal change comes, and it's got this sort of almost, it's got this sort of demonic sound to it, which you'd expect from death metal vocals, but there's something almost liquid about it. You know, it sounds like he's gargling, you know, because there's this sort of bubbly, gloopy texture to the vocal. It says, let the children come to me, their mother loves me, so shall they. Women bleeding ate my gifts, man was close behind. Just like a snake I'm slithering through my world divine, and like a cat I'm stalking, I'll take your soul and you'll be like me, in emptiness. In emptiness. So the singer here, he's almost taking on the role of Satan in a way. You know, he's calling God a liar, and he's saying, like, you know, I'm offering them free will and stuff like that, which is basically what Satan did. You know, he offered mankind free will, you know, and critical thinking, whereas God wanted them to sort of follow him mindlessly and without question. He's saying, so let the children come to me, their mother loves me, so shall they. You know, so it's like, I'm gonna take all of your creations to me, and I'm gonna give them what they want, you know, and they're gonna love me for it. You know, I'm going to give them critical thinking. I'm going to give them free will, so they're not just sheep. It says, woman bleeding ate my gift. So that seems to be almost an instant reference to Eve, you know, taking the apple from the tree and eating it, you know. And man was close behind, obviously. And there's that line there, just like a snake, I'm slithering through my world divine. So, you know, the snake that essentially tempted Adam and Eve to eat the apple from the tree. I'll take your soul and you'll be like me in emptiness. So he is the god of emptiness, essentially. You know, Satan is the god of emptiness, maybe. Anyway, it carries on with the verse similar to the first one. I think it's exactly the same, actually. And it says, lies, and you fill their souls with all the oppressions of this world, and all the glory you receive, what makes you supreme. Rise, and your crown is falling. I offer fantasy, and you, creator, are blind with envy. And then goes back into that chorus, so that the children come to me, their mother loves me, so shall they. Women bleeding ate my gift, man was close behind. Just like a snake I'm slithering through my world divine, and like a cat I'm stalking, I'll take your soul and you be like me, in Emptiness. And then the song took that sort of slow turn and went really sort of slow, and he came in with those really deep vocals saying, bow to me faithfully, bow to me splendidly, and that just repeats till the end of the song. So, you know, again, it's another song with a meaning, with a story behind it, and it's a fantastic piece of music. You know, this again, I think this is like one of the quintessential Morbid Angel pieces of music. You know, it's one of their best pieces of music, I think. And again, this was my introduction to Morbid Angel, and like I say, this is where my first sort of experience of the multiple vocal styles from a single vocalist came in. And, you know, I've mentioned in many videos, I like it when vocalists switch up their vocal style, because it sort of makes you go, oh, hold on, oh, hold on. You know, it sort of makes you pay attention to the song. You know, just a fantastic piece of music. You know, what can I really say about Morbid Angel? You know, that hasn't been said like a million times before. So yeah, I can't really say much else on that. Now, like I said, this week I'm doing a marathon of hopefully 14 videos throughout the week, all of the songs that sort of inspired my taste in music from the very early 90s, like 91, 92, 93. I don't think we go past 1993. You know, just as a sort of a fun little sort of trip down memory lane, as it were, to sort of investigate and find, you know, how my taste in metal music was sort of moulded and formed. So yeah, got a lot more videos to look forward to this week. So, but can't really say much else, so I'm going to leave that as it is. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, maybe even subscribe if you're not already, because that would really help me out. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Let the children come to